Good evening, everybody. Hope you guys are having a good Friday. Made it to the end of the week. And we've got a game tomorrow. We sure do. And we know how this one usually goes. And I don't know if this year is going to be that different. Washington is obviously a good team this year. They've come a long way, they've made some real strides. But I don't know if this is the year we start to flip that script on Oregon. So I'm going to say it right here, right now. Oregon, they're as hot as any team in college football right now outside of Georgia. Now, they're going to have a hard time overcoming the fact that they got clobbered by Georgia when the season started, but who's hotter than them right now? And when you look at the matchup, when you look at the fact that the game is being played in Oregon, when you take a look at what they've been doing to teams lately within the conference, when you take a look at what they have to play for, it it doesn't look great for these Huskies. I'll just go ahead and acknowledge that right off the bat. So, when this game kicks off tomorrow at 4, and I do plan on streaming at least most of it, maybe I won't be able to stream all of it, but I will stream as much of it as I can. I'm not really looking for the Huskies to win the game so much as I am for them to do what they can do to impress upon people that this Huskies team is not the typical pushover against Oregon. So here's the skinny on the Oregon Ducks. You can move the ball on them for sure. You can definitely move the ball on them. But they're going to move the ball on you. They have scored at least 41 points every game this year outside of the week 1 against Georgia. So nobody is slowing that team down outside of Georgia. And Georgia has a special defense. It's cut a little bit differently from any other defense in college football this year, I think. I don't think any other team could come close to doing to Oregon what they did. So, right off the bat, I will say this. Yes, Oregon's going to put up a lot of points in this game. Our secondary, weak. Secondary is going to give up a lot of stuff. Bo Nix is going to pass all over this defense. I don't think I need to tell you guys that this secondary's had problems against much worse passing teams. And honestly, probably Oregon, they're going to run the ball a lot too. They've been one of the best rushing teams in the league so far this year, I think. So, yeah, you're going to see a lot of production from that Oregon offense. But you know what? Even if we don't win, this Washington offense should be able to move the ball as well. Oregon's pass defense does rank as one of the worst in the country. They give up a ton of yards through the air. They get shredded through the air on a weekly basis. They just score so many points, it doesn't really matter that much, right? I mean, you can live with giving up points. It's kind of like those old Oklahoma teams. Or not that old, but semi-recent Oklahoma teams where, okay, the Oregon gives up, Oklahoma's, their defensive strategy is basically, let's get off the field as soon as we can on defense. Let's just let them score so we can get the ball back. It's kind of like that. Now, Oregon's defense is a little bit better than that, but it's the same idea in some ways, in that, bottom line, you should be able to move the ball on them. And you take a look at this Washington passing offense, with Penix, of course, leading the way, but you've got Odunze, you've got McMillan, you've got Westover, you've got the Davises, you've got all these different things going on this offense that has worked very well pretty much this whole season. Penix has broken a school record for passing yards in a game. We've had explosions of offensive output, 40-plus points over and over and over. What I ask of these Huskies tomorrow afternoon in Oregon is simple. Show the country that even though you may not be as good as Oregon, you can do things on Oregon. This is not going to be some 63-14 game. This is not going to be a 55-10 game. No. Oregon's going to score, but you're going to answer back repeatedly. And eventually, odds are good, it's going to be too much. Okay. Oregon's better than you. Oregon's playing for a ton right now. They are 2 spots out of a playoff berth. And personally, I don't think they're going to be able to get it because of what happened to them in week one. That's going to overrule, even if they get to the point eventually where they probably should be in the playoff, I don't think they will be able to get in. But they're playing for it. And there are going to be some opportunities for them to maybe sneak in. So with all those things going on, combined with our weak pass defense against their offense just in general, but their ability to throw the ball all over the field, their ability to move the ball at a record pace, yeah, it's going to be bloody. But I want to see blood on both sides. If this Huskies team can deliver on that, then I'm good with it. I can live with giving up 40 plus, maybe even 50 plus. Lord knows those Oregon receivers should have no problem getting open on these cornerbacks. Haven't done a great job replacing McDuffie and Gordon from last year, but it's quite simply put on a show that you can score. And I'm happy. Obviously, the upset would be great. And hey, this Washington team, they should be able to keep up, and maybe they're going to be in there late. Maybe something weird happens. Maybe something fluky happens. Maybe the game turns on a weird turnover. Sure, that stuff can happen. But realistically, this Oregon team has been on a mission since that week one humiliation at the hands of Georgia. So I know that they are playing with their hair on fire because that game was just so bad. And since then, like I said, 41 points or more in every game they played. I know they haven't played a lot of great teams because they're playing in the Pac-12. Pac-12 doesn't have a lot of great teams. Even our great teams are not as well respected as other conferences' great teams, if you know what I mean. But they are playing at a very high level. And I've seen what this Washington defense does against a team like UCLA. It just kind of gets walked up and down the field. I've seen what they've done against a team like an Arizona State, up and down the field. Game basically spun on a fluky turnover. So, I get it. I have a pretty good idea of what's going to happen when our defense takes the field. I'm hoping for some QB pressure on Nix. That's the only way I can see anything good happening. I'm hoping we can hold up against the run. Oregon has one of the better run offenses in the nation, so that's going to be hard. But I'm hoping we can at least hold up a little bit there. But bottom line is this. When the Huskies have the ball, don't embarrass yourself. Don't give everybody a reason to believe that your passing offense productiveness is predicated on, oh, it's just because you're playing bad teams. Oh, you're not that good. It's just you're only playing terrible teams. You're playing from a position of power all the time. You go up against an Oregon team that can actually answer back, and you can't keep up. And don't let it be like that. That's all I ask. Because this Huskies team, they've got two pretty winnable, one very winnable game after this one. So I'll be honest, I'm targeting 9-3. I'm not really targeting 10-2, run the table here and get to, maybe even contending for the Pac-12 championship. I've already kind of mentally scrubbed that out. Sorry, guys. I wish I could say something different there. But this Oregon team, they're doing what they usually do. But show me you belong in this game. Show me you can keep up. Show me that Penix can be the quarterback he's been for most of the season so far. And I'll take that. I'll take that as a success. Not a victory, of course. Because losing is losing and winning is winning. But it's a success. All right, see you guys later. Bow down to Washington. I do plan on streaming this game tomorrow. I hope you come hang out with me. See you there. If not, I'll talk to you guys after the game. And, yeah. Always a difficult one to overcome when you head into Oregon. But that's the challenge we have in front of us.